Creation and 3D reality are a result of your imagination. Who you are right now is manifested by you, and who you will be manifested by you. You are always manifesting, so you don't need to manifest anything. This is another interesting philosophy in Neville Goddard's teachings, which I will explain to you in today's video. This is something really very interesting to know, especially for those who have joined the manifesting community but haven't manifested their desires yet. It's necessary for you to have a better understanding of Neville Goddard's teachings so that you can manifest easily by putting all the knowledge and applying all the skills. So watch this video till the end, and if you are new to this channel or you haven't subscribed to it, make sure to subscribe to it, because we help you to become who you want to be and teach you to manifest what you want to manifest. Let's start with Neville Goddard's quote. "The subconscious mind accepts as true that which you feel is true, and because creation is the result of subconscious impressions, you, by your feelings, determine creation. You are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it." So Neville Goddard says, you are manifesting 24 hours. Let's say you are watching this video. It's your own decision to watch this video. You thought to click on this video, and now you are watching it. If you had not clicked it, you would have been doing something else. You are manifesting every day in 24/7. The law of assumption has no switch on and switch off button. Simply, what you accept to be true becomes true for you. What you imagine and believe in becomes your reality. It is a process that never stops, but if you want to live the life you desire, you have to learn to control and direct this process. You need to be trained to direct your imagination to get what you want. What you accept as true becomes true. What you think becomes your reality. What you will wear, how you will react to a specific situation, what decision you will make at a particular time, what action you will take to solve a particular problem. It all depends upon how you think and how you imagine. So you are always manifesting, but unintentionally. You don't know it, but your life is being controlled by your imagination and your thoughts. So when you are manifesting day and night, why don't you manifest your most important desires? Sure, this is a genuine question and must be answered. Well, what you manifest and what you do not manifest depends upon your imagination. Neville Goddard said that you should live in the state of having your desires manifested. It means you have to believe blindly that you have manifested it. If you don't believe it, you don't manifest it. Manifestation depends upon your imagination. The law of assumption is about assuming that your desires have already been manifested, so if you want to manifest something, you have to assume you have manifested it and feel it. Feeling your desire as real is the basic thing you have got to do. Whatever you want to manifest, don't just assume that it has happened, but feel as it has manifested and add emotions in your feelings. Neville Goddard says that whatever you assume about yourself, you are. And whatever state you return to most often is your dwelling state. If you feel you are the king of this world, you are. And if you feel you are the victim, then you are the victim. The law of assumption will never contradict you, not even for your own good. The law says, you are God, no matter what you do. No matter where you live, no matter how old you are God of your reality. This philosophy enables you to know that everything is under your control. The world is a result of your own imagination. It reflects your thoughts. It reflects who you are. There is no judgment. There is nothing telling you that you should go left or right, because when you are God, you don't need to discuss anything with anyone. Nothing can stop you from doing anything. You are the God of yourself, and you have the choice of doing what you want to do. You have the choice of becoming who you want to be. You just become what you imagine. You just manifest as per your imagination. Nothing can impact you if you don't allow it to impact you. No one can affect your life if you don't allow anyone to come closer to you, so that means you are the controller. It's your own decisions, actions, and reactions that affect your life in different ways. You can make your life better by making the best decisions, and you can make it worse by making bad decisions, and you can't blame anybody for the things happening in your life. Once you understand this concept, you can easily understand how the world operates, what your role is in the world, and how you impact the world. In simpler words, you know your worth and value. This belief is against the belief of millions of people around the world who follow some religion. People around the world believe in God, you see, and Neville Goddard's philosophy goes against the teachings of most religions, especially those religions that suggest there is some force outside of you that controls the whole world. There is a force or God outside of you that rewards you or punishes you for what you do. But Neville Goddard's teachings suggest that there is no force outside of you. You are the world. If you don't exist, the world will not exist, because it is your consciousness that makes you aware of the world, And once there is no consciousness, then there is nothing. So your consciousness is actually the world. Your awareness makes this happen. Neville Goddard's concept of God is against the teachings of most religions. You see, in the law of attraction, you are told that the universe is your God. While following the law of attraction, you are asked to ask the universe to help you manifest your desire. But in the law of assumption, the condition is totally different. In the law of assumption, there is no concept of God. The law of attraction and the law of assumption work differently. Well, let's include a Neville Goddard quote to get to know more about what he says about God. God does not in any way dictate what I should want to entertain as thoughts. So you want to feel sorry for yourself and go out and eat worms. Go and eat the worms. Have some more. That's exactly what he does to all of us. He has no compassion whatsoever. Don't think for a moment that he's going to stop you in the act. He will allow you to make all the mistakes in the world. Here you see what his concept of God is. Many people object to what he said about the existence of God, and there are thousands as well who don't understand this philosophy, and they criticize the way he expressed himself or the way he wrote. He believed that God exists within us. There is no God outside of us, and he had to face that criticism because he was speaking to an audience who believed in a God outside of them. So he explained to them what this God force really is in those terms. The beauty of Neville Goddard's teachings is that they make you accountable for what you do, and they make you responsible as well. If something bad happens to you, you can't say that it happened because it was God's wish. You can't blame God for the things happening in your life. Instead, according to the law of assumption, only you are responsible for what happens in your life. Even if you are living a miserable life, it's your own choice. You made some decisions that led you to this situation. Nobody forced you to live the way you are currently living. It's your choice. And if you don't like it, you are free to make a change. You choose your reality. You choose what will happen in your life. You decide how you will live your life. So it's you controlling your life. And when something bad happens, don't blame any God that is outside of you. Blame yourself if something bad happens in your life. That's what he says. And for sure, when it makes you accountable, you become stronger and more motivated. He teaches you this way. You are the only one who can bring a change in your life. So if you are suffering and want to make a change, then what are you waiting for? Remember that a completely different life is just a step away. If you can take that step, you will be able to shift your reality. Sometimes you unconsciously choose to be a victim, but because you are the operant power, it is still your choice. Some people are comfortable with being victims. They don't want to come out of that zone, and if you show them the way to come out of that victimhood, they will make thousands of excuses to stay in that victimhood. So it's all their choice. You might have been looking for the truth about the world we live in, but when you find the law of assumption, it resonates with you instantly. You compare your past thoughts and your whole life, and then you come to know that what Neville Goddard said is completely true. When you study Neville Goddard's teachings, you are immediately convinced that you are everyone pushed out and that the sort of life you have lived so far was due to your own decisions and actions. And believe me, this is true. How many people have you met in your life? You saw that many of them were good for you, but some were bad. But people who were bad in your life were good in others' life. Let me say, no one is a good or bad person. It's our own imagination. It's our standards that we have set, and we judge people by our own culture, beliefs, thoughts, and standards. It all makes sense. There is nothing wrong with Neville Goddard's teachings. You are immediately convinced that you are everyone pushed out and that the sort of life you have lived so far was due to your own decisions and actions. And believe me, this is true. How many people have you met in your life? You saw that many of them were good for you, but some were bad. But people who were bad in your life were good in others' life. Let me say, no one is a good or bad person. It's our own imagination. It's our standards that we have set, and we judge people by our own culture, beliefs, thoughts, and standards. It all makes sense. There is nothing wrong with Neville Goddard's teachings. We are manifesting 24/7. Whatever we do, whatever we say, whatever we eat, whatever we wear, wherever we go, it's all a reflection of our imagination, consciousness, and thoughts. What you assume, you simply manifest no matter what it is. It is a law. You see, many people manifest the things that they don't want to manifest, and they are living such a miserable life. It's just that their assumptions don't match their desires. It means they want to live a desired life, but they assume that they can't live that life because it is impossible. When you think that a particular thing is impossible for you to do, you never do it. Because when you assume that it is impossible, then you don't manifest it. Your mind doesn't act in the way it should act to manifest your desire. So here you say that it is impossible, then you don't manifest it. If you had assumed it was possible, then you would have manifested it. Here you decide how you will live your life. What would come next in your life? You decide what you will experience. You are the creator. You are the God of your reality. So you are assuming every time, and you are manifesting 24/7. Intentionally or unintentionally, your thoughts are producing your reality. Your imagination is becoming your reality, no matter if you like it or not. Now let's say you want to attract a specific person into your life. Or let's say you want to bring a specific person back into your life. So in that case, what should you assume so that you can experience the reality you want to experience? Well, you have to assume that it is already done. He has returned to your life, and you are both living the life you desired. You first have to manifest that specific person in your mind at a subconscious level. Once you create an event, experience, or anything else in your mind and assume it to be true, then it doesn't take a lot of time to manifest that desire. You should be living in a state of having your desires fulfilled. Your lifestyle should reflect that you have achieved your biggest goal. Your way of talking, your personality, your physical appearance, and everything else should reflect that you have manifested what you wanted to manifest. Once you create a state in your mind and enter into that state physically, then you manifest it in almost no time. To get your desire hardened into fact, you have to assume that it's already hardened into fact and you are living with that. People who go to manifest a specific person in their life, when they see that the particular person is nowhere in their life, start thinking negatively. But you have to be wise here if you truly want to manifest your desire, but when you look into your 3D world, you don't see your desire fulfilled. In that situation, you have to assume and ignore the 3D world. Even if your desire hasn't been manifested in the 3D world, you got to assume that it has been manifested. Everything starts in your head, so first create it inside of it. Have a clear image of what you desire and assume that you are living in that state. It will probably work. Neville Goddard says, "You are the operant power. The world isn't operated by itself. Everything that we see is based on our assumptions. If you assume your desire isn't here in the 3D world, then it won't be. The widest spread assumption among people is that we are separated from the world. This is a wrong assumption that exists even among the most conscious manifesting crowd. But in actuality, you are separated from everything. Nobody is separated from anybody. We are all interconnected with each other and with everything else by different means and in different ways. When sleeping, you are the one who is dreaming. All the characters and things happening in your dream don't exist without your imagination and consciousness. If you don't dream while sleeping, you won't see them. It's your imagination that is giving rise to them. All the characters and objects that you see in your dream aren't separated from you in any way. You push them out. You create them unintentionally. The same thing happens in your life. You create things unintentionally. Even if you don't want to manifest a specific thing in your life, but you assume it to be true, then you will surely manifest it unintentionally. That's how your life is affected by your thoughts and your imagination. Let me now share with you another Neville Goddard quote. Here's what he says. "Look as though you saw, listen as though you heard, stretch forth your imaginary hand as though you touched, and your assumptions will harden into facts. Everything in this thing we call life is based on our imagination. Whatever you think is going to happen will happen. If you assume it's going to happen, then it has already happened. You are already in that state where it has already happened, and so because of this, you believe that it will happen. This is why opposite thoughts can be true for some people but false for others. It depends upon who is believing them and how those thoughts are perceived. If you believe that you have to be deserving of something to have it, then it's going to be true for you. And if you believe you need a regular health checkup to stay healthy, then it's going to be true for you, and you will need a regular health checkup to stay healthy. And if you think a particular language is hard for you to learn, then you will not learn it because your mind gets direction from your thoughts. Your mind is controlled by your subconscious mind. If you believe that you have to look a certain way to attract the person you want to attract in your life, then it is going to be true for you. Nothing is true or false. Nothing is good or bad. It's you and only you who decide what is true and what is false. If you think that something is good, then it will be good and your mind will consider it to be a good thing. However, if you don't want to manifest a specific thing in your life, just stop thinking about it. Don't assume anything about that particular thing. Whatever you assume, whatever bad or good will happen, the things that you assume will, unintentionally, work for you as an autopilot. So be conscious of what you imagine and what you think. Your thoughts will lead you towards the greatest destinations, or they will ruin you. So don't let your thoughts and imagination ruin your life. Take control of your imagination. Direct it to act the way you want it to act based on what you want to manifest in your life. You are manifesting for 24 hours, so the best time to take charge of your mind is right now. Don't wait for anyone else or anything else to come and fix your life. It is up to you and only you to decide who you want to be and where you want to go. Just never give up who you want to be and don't let your imagination create a reality you don't like. So guys, it seems enough for today. I hope this video will help many of you to manifest the life you want to manifest. If you want to watch more videos like this, then encourage us to make more videos by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to receive notifications of our latest uploads. See you in the next video.